Paul Manafort's Russia connections, Facebook trade secrets, weaknesses in the UK's nuclear submarine system. All pieces of highly sensitive information that the world only found out about because of a simple mistake. Someone failed to properly redact a document. Redaction is the editing or censoring of information prior to its public release. Before paper went digital, redactors used black markers, whiteout, or scissors to get the job done. But word processors and PDF readers have made it a lot easier for redaction fails to happen.
Redacting is hard because what you see on the screen isn't the same thing in the computer file. So it's easy to look at a screen, black out face or some text, and believe that you've blacked it out in the file. But it turns out someone who's a little more skilled can look at the file. They can often see what has been blacked out. And when there are failures of redaction, that's the failure. The person doing the redacting doesn't really understand how the program works and makes that visual mistake.
Take Manafort's lawyers. They apparently didn't grasp that even if you black out a passage in a PDF, the underlying text isn't permanently hidden unless you do something called merging the layers. They didn't merge the layers in a court filing and ended up publicly revealing that Manafort had met with a suspected Russian intelligence asset. The revelations about Manafort just made him look bad, but redaction errors can have more serious consequences. Samsung and its lawyers were fined $2 million after poor redaction led to the publication of details of a patent licensing agreement between Apple and Nokia. Players for the U.S. women's soccer team had their personal information, including their home addresses, leaked in a court filing. Worst of all, Australian federal police accidentally revealed the personal details of an assault victim to the alleged perpetrator.
It is not a sufficient defense to just point at a paralegal or a secretary or support staff and go, I didn't read that, I didn't do it, it was their fault. When we as lawyers sign on to a document, we are signifying that we know the content and we're responsible for it. And failure to do so can subject you to sanctions by the court. And those penalties can be monetary or they can be penalties against your client. So it's a serious thing.
One recent study suggested that PACER, the online database of federal court records, likely contains tens of thousands of poorly redacted documents. And PACER exemplifies the perils of redaction in the digital age. It's easier for redactors to mess up, and the consequences of doing so are much greater, since digital documents spread further and faster than paper documents ever could. Maybe it's time to break out the black markers.